Hey Precalc, I'm going to teach you guys how to do inverse today of a square matrix. That's a 2 by 2 matrix, a 3 by 3 matrix, etc. The nice thing is you can put this in your calculator. We will go over that. But I am going to teach you by hand because we still have the ability to do that. Our essential question today is how do you find the inverse of a square matrix? And we are on lesson 7-6, the inverse of a square matrix. And I'm going to give you a little formula that we're going to use. So the first question says, show that B is the inverse of A. Well, I'm going to go ahead and solve for the inverse of A. And the way that we're going to do that is we are going to take 1 over AD minus BC, but we are changing what it looks like. So typically, our inverse will be in the form A, B, C, D. But when we do the inverse, notice that the D and the A are switching, and the B and the C are just becoming negatives. So to find this inverse, the first thing I'm going to do is switch the D and the A. So this is the D and the A, and I'm going to flip those two. And then the B and the C, they are negatives right now, so I'm just going to change those to positives. And I have to take 1 over these being multiplied. Well, 1 times 2 is 2, and B times C is 3. So I get 1 over negative 1 times all this goodness, and that my answer becomes negative 1, negative 1, negative 3, negative 2. Well, hey, look, that is my B. I started with A, and the inverse of A is equal to B. Now, there's a million ways to do this, so I'm going to go over this one more time, the inverse of this one, and we're going to call it a day. I'm going to show you how to do this on your calculator. So remember, this is currently in A, B, C, D, but I am going to use that formula and switch it. So I'm going to put DA, negative B, negative C. So let's first write ours like that. So I'm going to switch the 3 and the 1. I just switched those two. And then I'm going to change the negative 2 to a positive, the negative 1 to a positive. And I know that A times D is 3 minus B times C is 2. So it looks like I have 1 over 1, which is just scalar multiplication. Sorry if I didn't tell you that last time. So the answer is 3, 2, 1, 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this in your calculator. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and name this matrix. So in your calculator, I'm going to write the buttons. You're going to hit second, and then you're going to hit x to the negative first. So in your calculator, you're going to hit a second, x to the negative first. The first column that you see is names, then math, then edit. You might have something in here already because we've already worked with these. So we are going to go to edit and choose one. I'm going to choose C. So at C, I'm going to say to my calculator, this is a 2 by 2. So I'm actually putting in, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. And I'm going to put in the original numbers, which are, and you just go in order, 1, negative 2, negative 1, 3. And now let's make sure that my matrix is named correctly. And then I like to hit second quit. And when I quit, I like to clear out my whole screen. So I'm going to hit that matrix button again, second, and then that x to the negative first. when I do that, I'm going to actually name this. So I'm putting in C for mine, and then I'm going to hit that button that I just hit to get there, that x to the negative first, because I'm just taking the inverse of the 2 by 2 matrix at C. And when I push enter, I get this exact same thing, 3, 2, 1, 1. How'd you do?